Hi, I'm Tom from Gear4music, and I'm here to help you decide which wind instrument is right for you. So you've decided you want to learn an orchestral instrument and you've narrowed it down to woodwind, but where did you go? Did you go for the flute, the clarinet, or the saxophone? They're all very different instruments with different playing styles and different music associated with them, so I'm here to help you decide which one is best for you. So if you enjoy this sort of content, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Right, so let's crack on and have a look at them in more detail. The saxophone is an extremely versatile instrument, and a lot of people see it as the coolest of all instruments. You might associate the saxophone more with jazz or more popular styles of music, but a lot of classical music has also been arranged for the sax, so that makes it an ideal choice if you wanted to explore a range of different styles. The most common type of saxophone is the alto saxophone, like these two models here. They are lighter weight and easy to handle compared to their tenor and baritone counterparts, for example. Although these are both alto saxophones, there are differences between them, like on this Trevor Alphasax here. So you notice that the less keys at the top here, which control the high notes, and less keys at the bottom here, which control the low notes. So this makes this even lighter still, so it's ideal for children and those that want a lighter weight instrument. You're not actually sacrificing too much on this instrument because you only tend to use the higher and lower notes the further you travel through your saxophone journey. A great example for beginner alto saxophone is something like this, the Stagg AS215S. It comes with everything you need to play straight out of the box. Stagg are great instruments because they are also quality controlled in Europe before they're even shipped onto us and then onto you, the customer. This basically means that you know everything's been checked from top to bottom, so you're going to get a great instrument from the off. There's also some premium components on here, such as leather pads and metal resonators, so that means you're going to get a clear, crisp sound straight away. The clarinet isn't just associated with classical music. There are so many different genres that the clarinet can play. Think about vintage jazz, New Orleans, or even klezmer style music. And the reason for this is it's got such a wide range of notes. So you can go from the rich low notes at the bottom right the way through to more higher piercing notes. So it's such a versatile range. For beginners, an ABS or ebonite made clarinet is the way to go. Compared to their wooden counterparts, they're so much easier to look after, so they're less likely to crack and are great for playing outdoors, so they're so much more durable and you won't sacrifice on the sound quality. There are clarinets like this Stagg CL211S, which are made from ABS. And you'll also notice that there are some nickel silver plated keys. Again, this is for durability and is great for beginners. In some ways, the clarinet can be harder to learn than other instruments, such as the saxophone, because of the way that the fingerings work. But don't let that put you off from having a challenge. I first learnt on clarinet and it made my journey across to saxophone so much easier as I'd already learnt the fundamentals on the clarinet. So if you are a bit unsure on which instrument to start with, at least by picking up a clarinet, you can learn everything to start off with and it makes that transition so much easier. For this section, I'm joined by my friend Charlotte, who is a flautist. Unfortunately, I can't play the flute because I can the clarinet and saxophone, but the mouthpiece is very different. So, Charlotte, can you just give us a brief explanation on how it differs to a clarinet or a sax?
So with a clarinet or a saxophone, you have a mouthpiece and a reed, whereas with a flute, you just have a head joint that has a hole and you blow over it rather than into it, sort of like a bottle or a whistle.
Fantastic. So that might be ideal for those who do quite actually like playing across bottles and whistling and all that sort of side of things. So that'd probably be an easier choice to pick up.
Yeah.
So how did you actually get into playing the flute?
So my older sister plays the flute, and I used to listen to her practice and I really liked the sound it made. So when my school said I was old enough, I was really excited to start.
Flutes are made from lots of different materials. So there's silver, there's nickel silver, there's silver plated. So what are the differences between them?
So nickel silver is more durable, whereas silver is a bit softer and a bit more malleable.
So for beginners, so if people are a bit heavy-handed or something like that, so nickel silver probably the route to go.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously silver does give a bit of a warmer sound to a flute as well, so probably a bit more suited towards the advanced players.
Yeah.
The flute that I've got here is the Gear4music curved head flute. So this has obviously got the curved head. We've also got the straight head Stagg FL111 there. So why would someone possibly go for a curved head or a straight head?
So curved head flutes are great if you've got smaller arms because it brings all the keys a little bit close to you. You don't have to stretch, it's a bit more comfortable. Whereas when you have the straight head, you have to stretch a little bit more, and it's a bit bigger, better when you're bigger.
Fantastic. So obviously if you are that bit shorter in terms of your span, it's a bit easier, and often these flutes do come with a straight head as well, so you can actually interchange between the two. So when you're grown a bit older, you can obviously sort of stretch that bit further and sort of stretch the flute out a bit more.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we'll also see that this has got what's called closed holes. So you can see that sort of the pads here are actually sort of complete, and there's some that are open holes. So again, why would someone want to go for an open hole compared to a closed?
So a closed hole is great for beginners because you're sealing the notes straight away and you get a great tone really easily. Whereas if you've got an open hole, you have to have your fingers in a really specific position to make sure the seal is right and that the note comes out well. You can also do advanced techniques and things on open holes. So it's better for advanced players when you've got a little bit more practice.
Great. So we've learned a little bit more about the flute, the clarinet and the saxophone, and which one would be right for you. So each instrument loans itself better to a different style of music. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Charlotte as well for joining me on screen and sharing a bit more information about the flute. If you've enjoyed this sort of content, don't forget to click like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.